Pro sports are just coded rituals, guys. Leicester City, what a joke. Their last 10 years has been a Hollywood satanic script. Okay? I couldn't imagine supporting Leicester over the last 10 years. The immense highs and the lows, and they just hit an all-time low, I feel. Back-to-back relegations. They had the biggest budget in the championship and got relegated. Once again, showing you that this is more than money. For example, Chelsea just fired Rosinha, and they've just paid him out 24 million. No, they haven't. It's all a lie. It's all a code. It's all by the numbers. Okay, it's just pure deception and distraction from God. Hello, Esteban. Hello, Golden Age Deception. Much love to you. I was going to talk about the Pride Festival that's going to take place in Israel, but we'll save that because that's a huge topic. Now, I just feel like recently there's been just so much confirmation with my work. Leicester City get relegated, and not only that, they get relegated with 42 points. It's just quite incredible, the 42s that are playing out. Every single day, I had no idea that Leicester were doing so bad. I was so shocked when I heard they got relegated. I thought, okay, there's got to be something to this. And of course there is. Senor Moa, God bless you. Everyone smash that like button. I'll go for only about 40 minutes today. I already went to the gym. I went to this HOA meeting, which was dramatic. So I'm not going to be here for too long. Let me just send this link. Somebody's asking for it. Okay. Riddler, God bless you. All right. Share the screen. Go through the code. Show you that this is just way bigger than money and the Freemasons and all of that. But can you see my screen? Leicester City relegated. 42 points, 10 years after they won the Premier League. All right, so you know how big the 42 is with the beast reigning 42 months and Satan equals 10. All right, so I shared this image. When Leicester won the league, they were sponsored by King Power. It's the name of the stadium. This relegation connected to King Charles, I think it is more confirmation to me as well that he's going to die this year. And when Leicester won the league, they had Vardy, Mahrez, Kante. You can look back and go, okay, well, they had a decent team. They didn't. They were one of the favourites to get relegated. They were 500 to 1 to win the league. Okay, they had Ranieri, who hadn't really proven himself, in my opinion, in regards to winning trophies. Then he got fired after 81 games, even though he led them to the Premier League, which they won with 81 points. I've done lots of codes about Leicester. So this is just, when you read my professional sports or decoded ritual books, you'll see everything I have about Leicester. This is going to go in my third book, which I'm working on. So when you have all three of them, it all lines up perfectly. That was one of my goals, to write multiple books about pro sports so they could all connect. So you can go back and read all three. So, relegated. Biggest budget in the league. There's no justification for the relegation other than it's coded. Can I get a woo? There's no justification for it. To have that budget, to come down from the Premier League and then go down to League One, there's no justification for it. It's not like they lost all their players. They didn't have a budget. Okay, anything like that. Don't try and justify this relegation. You can't. The only team below them is Sheffield Wednesday, who are on -3 points. Right? And remember, Jamie Vardy got released by Sheffield Wednesday when he was 16. Can I get a woo? The Owls connect to the occult. Right? He got released by Wednesday. Then he went to non-league. He was playing at the same level as me. And then before you know it, he's playing for England and winning the Premier League. Again, how do you explain that? Without a code, without magic, without the devil, without corruption, without secret societies. You can. So they're now going down to the third level, the three, King Charles III, okay? Because it's all about a pyramid, isn't it? With the Masons. And there's pyramids in football. You've got the Premier League to the Championship to League One, League Two, Conference. It keeps going. So they went down with 42 points. Unbelievable. And I noticed that they drew 2-2 with Hull City. Hull City are trying to get in the playoffs. All right? They got to 70 points. Daniel, 70 prophetic weeks. The Queen reigned for 70 years. And Hull City reminds me of your boy, Harry Maguire, because he played for Hull and he played for Leicester, and now he plays for the Red Devils. All right, so I think Maguire's got something to do with this. Also, I think Harry Kane's connected to everything right now. He played for Leicester. And he heavily connects to the Chelsea coach being fired. If I have time, I'll go through it with you. So Leicester, they're down. All right, relegated. But Leicester shocked the world in 2016 by winning the Premier League. 2016, guys, is 666 plus 666 plus 666 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. All right? And Leicester are called the Foxes. And in Pythagorean numerology, the word fox is 666. All right? So when Leicester won the Premier League, it was when Donald Trump got voted in. And when they get relegated to League One, it's whilst Trump is the 47th US president. Riddler, much love, Anders. On 4/21/26, they drew 2-2 with Hull City to advance to 42 points in the league. But this outcome was not enough, and they got relegated to League One. So they drew 2-2. If we go to it, it's 22 chapters in the book of Revelation. All right. Luke Thomas scored for them, and obviously Luke and Thomas were disciples of Jesus. Can somebody give me a woo? And then Mac Burney made it 2-2, burn. People are going to burn, perish in the lake of fire. Okay, Man City have Burnley today. It's a very interesting code that I've got. John Lester won with the Cubs in 2016. Brilliant in the baseball. God bless you, Ziggy. God bless you. Everyone watching, just support the stream if you can. So 2-2, 22 chapters in Revelation. They go down with 42 points. The beast reigns for 42 months, right? And look how they've scored 56 goals, and King Charles was coronated on 5-6. I've told you Leicester City, they play at King Power Stadium. Okay, King Power. They get relegated whilst England has a king in power. I haven't looked into their coach, Gary Rowett, but I've just now seen his birthday's 3-6. We'll add that to the code. The beast reigns for 3 years and 6 months, and 666 is the 36 triangular number. So if you look here, all these sixes and the 42, the beast reigns for 42 months, which is 3 years and 6 months. And it just turns out that Leicester's coach is born on 3-6. Absolutely staggering. So we'll add that, won't we? Get a few woos in the chat. I didn't think many would watch this. Such a shame, but you guys watching, God bless you. Leicester got relegated on Queen Elizabeth II's 100th birthday, 10 years after they won the Premier League. And on the 10-year anniversary of the artist known as Prince dying. And Queen Elizabeth II was married to a prince. All right? So Leicester get relegated exactly 10 years after Prince died. And they get relegated on the Queen's 100th birthday, who was married to Prince Philip. Now, remember, Leicester, probably their best player was Mahrez. Then he went to Man City. Man City won the treble on Prince Philip's 102nd birthday. Why do you think the Premier League logo has a crown? Okay? It has a crown. It's so connected to the royal family, and that is something I've shown you before anyone. It's the royal family, this whole Premier League. It's revolved around the royal family. Relegated to the second tier championship last season, the Foxes suffered a humiliating second successive drop after drawing 2-2 at home to promotion chasing Hull City at King Power Stadium with plenty of empty seats. It also shows you the lack of loyalty of football fans. They're fickle. Football fans, if you're watching, you are fickle. All right? You'll go to the stadium when you're winning games. Can I get a woo? When you're competing for the championship, when it looks like you're going to get promoted, you will sell out the stadium. All right, once your team starts struggling, like Leicester, empty seats. Okay, because deep down, there's not that much loyalty in these sports. A lot of it is ego driven, okay, with fans. Now, Jamie Richard Vardy, I emphasize the Richard in connection to King Richard. He was instrumental in Leicester winning the Premier League. Okay, the guy who was playing non-league. And he was born on 1/11. And Leicester get relegated on the 111th day of the year. So remember, Vardy was the top goal scorer. Look, released by Sheffield Wednesday, the only team below Leicester. Now he's playing in Serie A. This guy's whole career has been a massive, massive ritual. Massive ritual. And there's his birthday, the 111. And Leicester get relegated the 111th day of the year. Okay? This guy is just an unbelievable deceiver. That's why they can tell you, like, he came from non-league, and then the night before a game, he'd just drink Red Bulls, and he won't get any sleep, and then he'd turn up to a Premier League game and score a hat-trick. Like, you can't take this seriously, can you? They sell out. They're absolute demons, these people. And he worked his way up the pyramid. Look at it. Look at his finger point here and then here. Can I get a woo? That's the Baphomet. That's the vow of silence. Now, I've told you these players are either completely involved in the occult or they just get possessed when they play. Jamie Vardy with his tiny little head. All right, look at the crown they had to put on his head. It's all deception. It's all inverted. It's all wicked. And so many kids want to be just like Jamie Vardy. So Jamie Richard Vardy, right? Born 111, Leicester relegated 111th day of the year. Revelation 111, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book and send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. Now look at this. Leicester got relegated 9 years and 11 months after they won the Premier League. 9-11. And they won the Premier League, right? They won the Premier League on the 5-year anniversary of Bin Laden dying, who we're told is instrumental with 9/11. All right, look where his education was. King Abdul Aziz University. Can we get some more woos, guys? Smash the like. Come on. All right, Leicester won the Premier League on the death anniversary of Bin Laden, and they've just been relegated to League One 9 years and 11 months after they won the Premier League. And we're told he was instrumental with 9/11, that he was the mastermind behind it. And 9/11 took place with 111 days left in the year, and they get relegated on the 111th day of the year, the Queen's birthday. And who replaced the Queen? The King. That's why they had to get relegated inside King Power Stadium. Right? Revelation 9:11. And they had a king over them. A king, which is the angel of the bottomless pit. They've just gone down. Okay? They've just gone down. whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon. King Charles's father, Prince Philip, was born in Greece. Right? Leicester famously had that Greek captain. King Charles III was born a span of exactly 911 weeks before the Church of Satan was founded. More confirmation, it's the devil. Jamie Richard Vardy was in the code. The remains of King Richard III had to be the third. That's why they're in the third tier now, and King Charles III and World War III and the Trinity. The last English king killed in battle, 1485, were discovered under a Leicester City council car park at Greyfriars. King Richard III, right? The last English king killed in battle, his remains were discovered under a Leicester City council car park. My goodness, Dan Inspire, much love to you. Wow. Honestly. So there they are, third tier. And I've got some like interesting stats to just show you how ridiculous all of this is now with these sports. Right? It's just outrageous. So 10 years after their historical Premier League title win, Leicester get relegated to League One. Right? Leicester City have the biggest wage bill in Championship history. Compare that to Coventry, who are winning the league with just the 20th biggest wage bill in the league this season, calling Lampard a miracle worker. 2016, Leicester City won the Premier League against odds of 5,000 to 1. In the same year, Bromley finished 15th in the National League. In 2026, the two clubs will meet in a League One fixture. Right? So Leicester now hold the record for the most expensive squad to be relegated from the Premier League and from the Championship. And you guys seem to think, not you guys, but a lot of people seem to think it's just about money. I'm proving to you it's not. Okay? It's not. It's about the ritual. It's about the code. Shout out to Alan on my website. He did this unbelievable code for Coventry to beat Portsmouth. They murdered them 5-1. Millwall went second, right? Millwall, another team that Harry Kane played for, seems to all be revolved around Harry Kane. He was at Tottenham as well. They're going to get relegated. And if you remember, guys, look at this. Leicester City win Premier League title after Tottenham draw at Chelsea. Tottenham, who were in the relegation zone, Chelsea just fired the coach the day after Leicester get relegated. Rosenia, he played for Hull City. Can I get a woo? Guys, this is all connected. It's all connected. This guy played for Hull, who just drew with Leicester. All right, 144 appearances. And he even played for Brighton, right? Rosenia played for Brighton, and he's just been fired after getting destroyed by Brighton. Again, shout out to Alan, who coded Danny Welbeck to score on my website, and Brighton to win. Chelsea have become a joke, and I want to remind you of this, because sometimes people seem to forget. Fair Spear, I love you, brother. Chelsea are the FIFA Club World Cup winners. They smashed PSG. Can you all give me a woo in the chat? I'm only going to go another 5 minutes. There's nobody here. They smashed PSG, who just won the Champions League, who in the semi-final of the Champions League. They smashed PSG in that final. And now they've just gone 5 games without a goal. It shows you that they won that title in the US, because I told you it was about the beast of Revelation, the beast rising out of the sea. Chelsea, right? Look at this, guys. They're jokers. And this guy, Lineker, he played for Leicester and he played for Tottenham. Absolute Mason who needs to be called out. I need a whole stream about this guy. Look, one of the greatest sporting stories of all time. It is a story. It's on your TV. It's scripted and by the devil. And Claudio Ranieri, obviously, he won it the Italian. 5,000 to 1, guys. Look, they call it a fairy tale. It's not real, and people still think it is. They finished above Spurs, Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Chelsea, who won it the season before. Right? How is this possible? The biggest sporting shock of my lifetime is what Lineker said. Leicester players were on the edge of sporting immortality. Well, now they're in League One. Remember Vardy, who's born on the 11th day of the year, broke the record of 11 straight Premier League goals, and he beat Van Nistelrooy's record. Look, let's do it for Ranieri. Ranieri coached for Chelsea. It's all interconnected. How Leicester went from Premier League champions to League One in a decade. Buy a code. Beautiful story, fairy tale. It's got to wake people up, all of this. But they're too attached to it. And I'm going to show you my Rosinia code, then I'm going to go. Why they hired this guy in the first place shows you it's just all a big joke. Chelsea part company with head coach after 5 straight Premier League defeats without scoring. This is your FIFA club World Cup champions. All right? This is the club that people were messaging me 2 months into the season saying, I think Chelsea are going to win the league. What do you think? I said, no chance. So this guy's a joker. He talks absolute shit. All right? He's an embarrassment. He was fired by Chelsea 287 days after his birthday. All right? 287 days. Which you can see here. World War I began 28/7. And 287 days is 41 weeks. And he got fired at 41 years old. Remember Kobe Bryant died at 41 in a plane crash. The Leicester owner died in a plane crash. Now Leicester get relegated to League One 9 years and 11 months after they win the Premier League. All right, if you believe that. But if you go here as well, Rosinia was born on 7/9. He just got sacked a span of 79 days before his birthday, which is on 7/9. And his name, Liam James Rosinia, is 79. So can I get a woo for that? His name's 79. He was born on 7/9. He gets fired a span of 79 days before his 7/9 birthday. Now, I've told you all of this seems to revolve around Harry Kane. Right? Bayern Munich just won the Bundesliga. All right? There's the fireworks. 79 points. Harry Kane was born exactly 79 years after World War I began. Right? And look at this. Wins the league when they're on 4 draws, 1 loss. Rosinia gets fired exactly 41 weeks after his birthday at the age of 41. And even look at this goals for and goals against with Bayern Munich. Right? They've scored 109 goals, which is incredible, and they've conceded 29. So they've scored 109 and conceded 29. It's not real, guys. It's not real. None of this is real. 109 is the 29th prime. They've scored 109 goals. They've conceded 29. This is where you can bet in play and figure out what the score is going to finish if you really pay attention. It's just hard for me to care as much as I used to with all of this. Kane might get the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, maybe all of this is for that. Sad what's happened to Leicester. I don't know why it's sad when it's all a ritual. I don't know how you can say it's sad when I'm proving to you that it's all rigged. There's nothing sad about it. And Rosinia was fired, right? He was fired on the 112th day of the year, 11 weeks and 2 days before his birthday, before his 42nd birthday, right? 112, 112. Revelation 11:2. But the court which is without the temple leave out and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot. 40 and 2 months. That's Revelation 11:2. He gets fired on the 112th day of the year, 11 weeks and 2 days before his 42nd birthday. Revelation 11:2 focuses on the 42 months. 5 consecutive league defeats without scoring for the first time in 114 years. World War equals 114. And that, my friends, shows you that all of this is connected. It's ritualistic. All right. He gets fired right before they're about to play against Leeds in the FA Cup. Don't be shocked to see them go out. So they lost 1-0 to Newcastle, 3-0 to Everton, 3-0 to City. You can look at that and say they had difficult games, but to not score 1 goal is an absolute joke. There's confirmation that he's 41. They got smashed by Paris Saint-Germain, like I said they would. They got roasted 8-2. So again, why did they hire this guy? Because it was all set up as a ritual. It's like they're almost embarrassing him as well, because with black coaches, they do all of that. Bassinia lost the fans and the players. Merson, more like Mason. Can I get a woo? So this ain't anything to do with the quality, as I've said now, of the coaches, of the players, of the budgets. Right? It has everything to do with the code and the ritual and black magic and the devil and the Bible. Magic, look, Chelsea players took 32 minutes to complete their first tackle. 32 minutes to make a tackle. This is the Premier League, the best players in the world. 32 minutes for a player to make a tackle. And how much money are they supposedly getting? So let's see who replaces him, because you know it's all going to be coded. How on earth are Leicester relegated? And in 10 years, all of this, they win the league, they get to the Champions League, they win the FA Cup, they get relegated, they get promoted, they get relegated, they get relegated again. What is it with Leicester City? This world is a joke, guys. It's an absolute joke, is what it is. And I'm ready for it to be set on fire. I am. It's a joke. Again, how many people know that Leicester won the Premier League on the anniversary of Bin Laden's death, and then Leicester's owner dies in a plane crash, and planes were hijacked, right? Supposedly all done by Bin Laden. And then Leicester win the Premier League when Kobe retires, who dies in a helicopter crash, which was all bullshit as well. Okay, there's rituals for this. Literally win the Premier League and then die in a helicopter crash. It's a joke. Yeah, this is a quality insight. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave it there. And let me just check on the PSG score. 3-0, there we go. I said, oh my word, I said he would score, connected to Pope Leo. This guy keeps banging, number 7 from Georgia, connected to the Georgia Guidestones. Serious cheers, he coded PSG. So Dow scored after 37 minutes. Number 14. They're going to go to 66 points. Guys, we're in Revelation. Literally, Israel's about to host a Pride Month festival. This is in Israel. Just unbelievable. Oh my word. Syria said Elche double chance against Atletico Madrid. Looks like this is going to hit unless something ridiculously dramatic hits. Right, we'll leave it there. I'm going to add all of this to my book. And I might crack on with that a little bit later today. Whatever you're doing today, guys, I hope you have a blessed day. Denise, I loved our conversation yesterday. It was amazing. Much love to you. And just don't get too invested in any of this. It's not organic, it's not real, it's coded, it's ritualistic, it's sacrificial, it's revolved around spiritual wickedness and demons. So try not to get caught up in it all. See if City beat Burnley. What time does that game start? 12 o'clock. See the lineups. This is King Charles's favourite team. Man City won the treble on Prince Philip's birthday. Father. Like, what? Why does King Charles support Burnley? Why, eh? Keep an eye on this 42 and this beast here. Semenyo and Haaland in this game. Okay, take care. Off I go. Thanks to the people who watched, who hit the like button, who support this work. Take care. Much love. God bless you. God wins.